Welcome back to halftime of the Lindsey Wilson University Faulkner University football game. And when it's halftime at Lindsey Wilson, it's time for a view from the hill. I'm Dwayne Bonifer in the Lindsey Wilson Office of Public Relations, and we are in the School of Business and Communication podcast studio, which is located on the first floor of the J.L. Turner Leadership Center. It's also Homecoming Weekend 2025 at Lindsey Wilson. And when you talk about homecoming, that means you're talking about alumni. Lindsey Wilson has such a diverse group of alumni that will be on display during the week of November 3rd through the 7th when the university hosts Career Week 2025. Sponsored by the Lindsey Wilson Office of Career Services in partnership with the Alumni Office, the 5 days of Career Week 2025 will include panel discussions about a myriad of career possibilities that are open thanks to a Lindsey Wilson education. There will also be graduate and professional school fairs and a business etiquette dinner. Joining me to discuss Lindsey Wilson's Career Week is Lindsey Wilson's Director of Career Services, Anissa Crew Brown, along with Director of Alumni Relations, Allison Cross. Anissa, let's start with you. Where did you get the idea for Career Week?
So as I was planning the upcoming academic year over the summer, I looked back at my previous career fairs and I just noticed that the students weren't as engaged in the traditional career fairs as they had been in the past. And so I wanted to do something different this year, and I really wanted to still give them the opportunity to engage with employers and engage with graduate schools, but in a meaningful way. And that's kind of where it developed to do some panel discussions, and from there it just developed into a whole week, so that we could group certain majors together and have a different panel discussion with different representatives every day. So I then went to Allison with the idea, and we kind of got excited about it because it was a perfect opportunity for us to engage alumni into that, and kind of soft launch the alumni mentoring network, into that. And so I just thought that there was perfect idea for us to collaborate on that, and Allison has done a fantastic job in recruiting people for the panel discussions.
Allison, when you talk about successful careers, a lot of Lindsey Wilson alumni come to mind. Who are some of the alumni that will be here during Career Week, and what kind of careers will they represent?
So Anissa did a really good job of breaking up the week by career field. So each day is a different career focus. What the day that I'm excited about is education and public service. We have a lot of teachers who are coming, and it ranges from people who just started teaching, people who are in the administration level. We have Robbie Harmon, who has been a part of the Alumni Council for years. He works at the central office for Adair County Schools, and if you know Robbie, like, he is the life of the room. Like, he's so energetic, he's so positive and so passionate about education, and he's passionate about the kids. It's not just about a job for him. He cares about the community, and he cares about the kids in the school district and how they are impacted by today's education. Another day that I'm really excited for is careers in healthcare and allied health careers. We have a lot of our counselors who are coming, some that own businesses, some that have owned businesses for a while. So you get that double career with being a business owner and being a mental health counselor. We also have Kaylin Connor, who's originally from Albany, but she lives in Cincinnati. She works in pharmaceutical research. She actually writes up the research reports that they do on medicine that they are developing. So she has an amazing career.
As, of course, all these individuals share one thing in common. They all have a Lindsey Wilson degree, yes, but they share something else in common, the Lindsey Wilson experience. Talk a little bit about how the Lindsey Wilson experience opens up so many avenues, so many options for somebody when it comes to beginning a career after Lindsey Wilson.
Yeah, actually, I believe you and I were talking about this the other day, and it all falls back to a liberal arts education. I think what people don't understand about liberal arts is that you're trained in a little bit of everything when you get that type of degree. So number one, it's the liberal arts education. For me, when I first started out, it was almost like I was a jack of all trades, because I was able to go into the workforce and do something that, wasn't my original goal, but Lindsey Wilson gave me the tools I needed to accomplish that. So I went in as a trained journalist who was a reporter, a writer, and I came in my first job and had to do graphic design. So that's completely different than writing every day. But Lindsey Wilson gave me the tools to do that. And number two, just the Lindsey Wilson experience that you talked about. Being here, I think, is unlike a lot of the larger schools. You get a lot of attention when you're here because the class sizes are so small. And the professors here genuinely care about you and the progress that you make and how you are going to enter the real world. So I think that's a major part of it as well.
And in this, we've mentioned that there will be 5 days of 5 panels over the week of November 3rd through the 7th. Tell us a little bit about each of those 5 panels and how you grouped them together the way you did.
Okay, so it was really hard, honestly, because I really tried to have each major be represented at least one day a week. But at the same time, students can obviously attend more than one panel discussion, and I think there's value in that, especially if they're not sure what they want to do. So it definitely was tough, but I tried my best to align each day according to more the vague passion that students have rather than specific majors. So Monday I made healthcare and allied health, and I think that one is pretty self-explanatory. Usually students come to college with a very specific passion that they want to go into healthcare in some way, shape or form. I then made Tuesday business, finance and entrepreneurship, and that's also pretty self-explanatory that made sense to group together. And I also think that business administration is one of our largest majors on our main campus, and so it made sense to give almost its own day, not to have favorites, but I think there's also so many different careers, and we do have a lot of successful alumni from that major, so it just made sense to have panel discussions, a panel discussion specifically related to that. Wednesday is STEM, sport and ministry, and I know this seems very far from each other and very distinct, but they really do share basic core values like dedication, problem solving and very mission driven work, and so that's why I grouped them together, because they all involve a calling. Thursday, education, social sciences, public service. I think they just have so much in common by working with the public and serving the community, and so I think that students will learn how they can lead with empathy and impact if they attend that panel discussion. Lastly, creative careers, media and communication. We do also have a lot of successful alumni in those different majors, so they definitely overlap with storytelling and communication skills. So I felt like it made sense, and I'm excited for that day because I feel like it's putting emphasis on creativity and art in all of its forms.
Anissa will be presenting Career Week 2025 during the week of November 3rd through the 7th. And that's going to do it for this View from the Hill halftime show. We're going to take another short break. Then the voice of Blue Raider Athletics, Chris Wells, will be back for Lindsey Wilson University. I'm Dwayne Bonifer.